everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're going to be making a holiday card series, and this particular card is all to do with repeated stamping. So I'm just starting off by making my focal image, and I'm going to be using alcohol inks and some Yupo paper to do this. And I'm just using shades of blue. So I've got some really old alcohol inks, as you can see, they've been well loved. So I've got some denim, some stone washed, some stream, I think turquoise, and there's one that the ink has bled and I actually can't read what colour it is. It's quite a dark blue. But any alcohol ink you've got, and as you can see later on in this video, any colour combination you've got. This I'm working in blues to do, and I'm going to be doing my repeated stamping in blues as well. But if you want to do this in a different colour combination, in pinks or in reds or in purples, whatever your chosen colour scheme is, it'll work really well. So just find the alcohol inks that will work with the scheme you've got in mind and go for it. I've just added some gold mixative to this just to give it a little bit more Christmassy vibe, just get that beautiful colour in. And I'm using the alcohol blender to help move that around, and I was blowing on it to again move it naturally and using my heat gun just to make sure it's set. So once I've done that, I'm just going to put this off to the side just to make sure it's really dry. Please excuse the glare. And now once it's dry, I'm going in with my stamp and some permanent ink. The stamp I'm using is an angel stamp from Stampers Anonymous. It's still available. I bought this years and years and years ago, and for those Americans who watch this channel, I'm sure you'll be highly amused that the stamp costs 28 Australian dollars, so it's a ridiculous amount of money, but it is well loved and gets used quite regularly. So what I'm doing now is I'm going back in. I've got some gold squid ink and I'm slightly offsetting the stamping of this. The reason for that is I want to have a sort of metallic shimmer with a shadow on it, and I'm just doing this by sight. If you are using a stamp to do this, you could certainly use a stamp positioner. That would be a really good idea, a stamp platform to do that, but you can see it's slightly offset, and that will give a little bit of shimmer to my background. Now, I'm not too concerned that the angel itself hasn't stamped up perfectly, because I'm actually going to be cutting that out to raise up with some foam stamps, so it's more of a focal image. It's just to get that background in, and again to give a little bit of a shadow to the foam. So I'm using my VersaFine, I think, for this one. I find that I like the VersaFine ink better. I find I get a blacker ink with it than the archival. I know some people love the archival ink. I've got a love-hate relationship with it. I really struggle with it sometimes. So now all I'm doing is trimming out my image, and then I will use some foam tape to attach my angel to the piece so it stands out. So because I'm doing cards, I'm making a whole heap at once, so I've got enough here to make 4 at a time. Now this is the repeated stamping technique, and it's a really, really simple technique. I'm just using a VersaCut stamp, and this one said, I saw an angel in the marble and I carved to set him free. And all I'm doing is I went to my distress inks and just got a whole bunch of inks in the same colour range, so in the blues. So I have Faded Jeans, Chipped Sapphire, Blueprint Sketch, Salty Ocean, and I think Broken China. And I'm just stamping it over and over and over. So what happens is you kind of lose the text, but you get this repeated pattern in the background, and it's really random, but you get this beautiful blend of colours. Now, certainly with text stamps it looks really, really good, but you could do this with a pattern stamp as well. Just play around with it so you get what you're happy with. And again, I'm going from lightest to darkest, so you get that effect. And you can see that sort of coming up. It's blending together. You're losing the message, but you're getting this beautiful block of colour that your picture is going to sit on top of. I used some washi tape just to hold the piece of paper down because it was slipping around on my page. And now what I'm doing is just stamping in black the same text stamp that I had in the background, and that's going to be my message. To colour up my card, I've just got some scrap paper in the centre of my folded card, and I'm just going around the edge with some of the, I think, Chipped Sapphire and Faded Jeans to colour up my card. Now the reason I'm doing this is I used to have a whole stack of A5 folded navy card, which I really loved using, but I must have loved using it so much that I couldn't actually find any. So this is my version of making my own card. The reason I put the paper in between is just to make sure I don't get ink on the back, because I do get a little bit messy like that. So now all I'm doing is going to assemble my piece. The first thing I'm doing is edging my cut piece of paper with a black marker or a dark grey marker, and that just hides the cut edge. It makes it look finished. Then I'm going to trim down my background piece of paper so it will fit on my page, and I'm using the grids on the Tim Holtz glass mat to do that. A lot of times though I do things by sight, so I'm not necessarily measuring it, I just go for it, and usually I'm fairly accurate with what I'm doing and how I'm trimming it off. So I'm just going to glue that onto my card front, or sorry, I'm going to double side sticky tape it. If you've got a tape runner, you could use that, and again I'm edging the edge of the card so I get rid of that white edge. Once I've done that, then I'll start attaching the front. One thing that I forgot to do, and you'll see me do it now, is when I put the focal piece on, I didn't trim it down to the size of the background piece, so I have to go back and do that again. I would suggest, if you were doing this, is to trim out your background piece, stick the focal piece on where you would like it to go first and trim it up to the size, and then stick it all down onto your card front. Or you can just chance it like I did and just trim off and hope for the best. But I actually did a fairly good job with that one, so I was pleased with that. I'm just using double-sided tape again to stick down my piece. I tend to, particularly when I'm making cards, always use double-sided sticky tape. I don't like having wet glue on cards because I tend to find that things shift or it bleeds out, and particularly because I've stamped with dye ink in the background. If I put wet glue on that, that's obviously going to reactivate it, and if it smears out underneath, it's going to reactivate the stuff around, so you're going to see it. So I really would suggest, when you're making cards, try and use dry adhesives to do that, like double-sided tape. With my foam tape, I'm just taking time to make sure that you don't see the foam tape, so trimming it down to size. So when you sort of hold it up or hold it to the side, you don't see that white tape. If you're really pedantic about it, you can colour the foam tape with, again, a black marker, so it sort of blends into the background a little bit more. Now I'm just trimming down my verse that I'm going to put on the front. And again, if you wanted to, and I did consider doing this for a while, you could put some foam tape on that just to raise it up from the background. You could also mount it up on another piece of card just to make it stand out a little bit more. I chose just to stick it onto the background because I figure with the background being so coloured, it will stand out. So these are all the supplies I use. It's just 2 stamps. You can see the background and the close-ups of all the coloured inks and how they sort of all blend together. It just makes a beautiful card. And here are some examples in some different colourways. So this one's in sort of greens because the alcohol inks I had some greens in it. And then I've got another one of the blues. This one I changed and used some alphabet stamps to say "Angels we have heard on high." In this close-up you can see how that double stamping of the gold and black really works. So this is a really simple carding technique. I hope you enjoyed it and hope you have a go at doing it too. Thank you so much for watching, and see you for the next series. Bye!